going on YouTube? It's Sensei, the place to be chilling, Mr. A&D. Back with another TV experience here. And of course, I'm here with my crew. Y'all can see me, but y'all can't see them at the moment. We have the man, the myth, the reality, the revolutionary freshman Flo.
Year, what's the word?
And we also have the greatest catch, Lay Sketch.
Johannesburg. He said, what's the word?
Good point. I didn't even pick up on that. So
He said bird is the word.
We gotta talk about.
Oh no. No, don't start that again.
Here we go. We definitely gotta talk about Bel-Air.
Yeah.
I actually put it in my comments when we did the WrestleMania live, and it was like, yo, I can't wait to hear our Bel-Air finale. And bro, what a finale we got. And we got a finale there that honestly, I was like, was I expecting it? Was I not expecting it, to be honest with you? But I gotta know, because Lou is here. Lou came, and I was just like, because everybody was like, every time you talk about the Fresh Prince, we gotta know, know what's going on with all that. So, let's just get right in it. It's I think the name of the episode was It's Like Nobody Wants Me. So we already teased on that line of why he don't want me, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? We teasing and dangling on that line. So the whole show kicks off. They are now the party celebrating because Aunt Viv took the Demon Artistic Fellowship because obviously because Uncle Phil backed out of the race, so they're focusing more on that. And Will approaches Uncle Phil and lets him know that, you know what, you're the closest thing to a father I ever had. I'm glad I didn't open that envelope. I'm glad I didn't do anything to mess with the family or anything of that nature, stuff like that.
Oh, sure.
So, but we see Lisa at the party though. Lisa ain't even talking to. She ain't even talking to Will. You know.
Understandably.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Yeah, then he go over and try to make things right. He give her that that soft look like, come on, feel me. But but when she's leaving, Jazz is like, look, everything you say to me, how you feel about it, you go tell her that.
Mm-hmm.
You go out there and you go tell her that. And so he goes and tries to wants to set something up, but she agrees to talk to him. I think it was the next day. It's before the coffee shop thing, obviously.
Yeah.
She agrees to go and do that to talk to him about that. Also, let's see, because Jazz meets up with Hillary at the party. Also, forgot what it was. The day was because they finally got Kylo's house.
Yeah.
And then that's when isn't that when she asked Jazz to no? What happened?
You all right? You want me to pull up the episode?
Go ahead, help me out here, because I'm pretty sure episode 9 was the one where she asked me to go to that hotel.
So.
Oh yeah. When Jazz offered to bring her to the crib, and she was like, "We can go to a hotel."
Yeah.
That was the part where they was taking her sign down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so that was episode 9, episode 10.
That was
episode 9.
9.
10 is when they're in the hotel and Will calls her, and then he calls Jazz because he's like, "Bro, I know you smashing Hillary. Put her on the phone."
Yeah.
Right.
That's right. Okay, that is right. And he asked for some advice from Hillary about what should he do about his lease situation.
They did a really bad job of trying to make it seem like they were not with each other. Like it was very
terrible.
It's like, what are you talking about, bro? I'm not sitting here with Hillary. Like, shut up.
And she answered the phone. Put her little joint right now. So, he sets up a coffee date. Well, she sets up a coffee date with him for the next day at 3. Meanwhile, Ashley and Carlton, they're downstairs with Will. They're sitting there like, they're hungry, but there's no food in the house. Where's Jeffrey?
Facts.
Everybody sitting looking like everybody, but I think Ashley picked up on it and automatically kind of knew that Jeffrey wasn't there. I don't know if it's because she didn't know about the whole packet that
no,
Jeffrey
she didn't know about that, but I guess she probably is one of the people in the house who spend the most time with Jeffrey.
Yeah,
because she can't take herself nowhere.
Good
so
point.
she like, I mean, we would know that if they didn't Judy Winslow her. It pisses me off.
That poor
Anyway,
baby ain't getting no time in that show.
bruh, she had 36 minutes total.
Yeah.
But she noticed that Jeffrey was going. And I'm like, bruh, y'all was just gonna pretend like Jeffrey didn't bounce? How long do you think that was gonna go over, sir?
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, see, I also forgot the part to mention because for warning here, we are recording this. We're recording this late. When I mean late, I'm not talking about time. I'm talking about since we've seen it. That's why I was saying. Do I need to refresh my memory to go back and order what things happened? Because remember, Uncle Phil did go in there to ask Carlton if he wanted to go to the racetrack with him. He was all excited about it.
Yeah.
And then after Carlton was like, he saw the packet.
Yeah.
But he was like, okay. I get it, and then he opened it up and read like, "Oh, you need to check this thing out."
Mm-hmm.
And then so he goes to Will, and he's like, "Look, you need to check this thing out like right now. Read this." And
Can I want to say? Oh, go ahead. My fault.
No,
Go ahead.
No, please.
No. Go ahead. Finish. I'm gonna get to it, but go ahead. Finish.
Yeah. So it feels like his father is alive, and that he robbed somebody and almost beat him to death, and Uncle Phil was his lawyer.
Yeah.
Now it wasn't really implied that Uncle Phil didn't defend for him because he went to jail, or that he just lost the case.
I think it was more so
ways.
that he just lost the case. He's just. I think he was more mad because he went to jail and had a hard time.
I just want to say. They undersold the shit out of this plot. Cause the way they was talking, yo, Will, you open this packet, your family gonna change forever, right?
So,
and I'm saying,
I was about to get to that.
Undersold is okay, so we can get to it now. Undersold is not the word you're looking for.
What's the word?
Oversold.
Oversold. Yeah.
Undersold means like this one was bigger than what we thought.
It was bigger than what we thought. Yeah. They oversold it. My fault. They gassed it.
That was the biggest. To me, that was the biggest letdown of the season finale, because the way they was like building this up, I thought that like Lou had killed somebody in their family, or like they paid him to go away because,
or like he took a charge for Uncle Phil.
Yeah, that was next on the list. I was like, it's something having to do with Uncle Phil, or his or Aunt Viv or his mama. Like he did something for one of them, and they had to like he took it on the chin, and they just decided to hide it from Will. I thought it was going to be something crazy like that,
right?
Like. Not just he went to jail. Like, you know how many dudes in Philly dad just went to jail? Like,
everybody dad went to jail.
Like, what?
Like, what we talking about? Like,
it was so weird. And I guess it was supposed to be like a big thing because he beat this guy and almost killed him. Like, I'm not dismissing why he went to jail.
Yeah, but it was just still, he even killed him. Yeah. He just like beat him like close to death. He
assaulted him, yeah.
Yeah.
But it was just like the way they was playing it made it seem like it was something real crazy, which I think made the like lead up to it, and then when we finally get the moment and find out what he did, the only thing that made sense in this in the show was Will being mad because everybody lied to him. It was just like, y'all, I understand not necessarily wanting to tell a child that they dad is locked up.
You know what's crazy?
Go ahead.
I wish. All right. So here's another thing too, because like I said, they oversold it. But if they had like they kept the oversell going, Will reads the packet and it's like, this is what y'all was hired for. Like this it. Like people go to jail all the time. Like if it was something like that, I probably wouldn't be as annoyed if they had sold it like that. And Will's just like, dog, people go to jail all the time. Y'all overreacted, something like that. But it's the fact that they was talking like even Jeffrey, 00 Negro. Will, if you read this, if you read this, bruv, it's gonna change your family dynamic. It's like it was like, oh man, here go the packet. Yeah, my dad went to jail. That's it.
And even the way Carlton approached, like, you gotta read this, and I'm just
read
like,
this.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, well, maybe for Carlton, because it's like, I guess people don't go to jail every day out there. Not for them kind of crimes. They going to jail for embezzling millions of dollars. They beat people to death.
But even with a crime like that, you're asking yourself, okay, your dad went to jail, and Uncle Phil it didn't even seem like he asked for a lawyer, and then Uncle Phil said no.
Yeah.
It wasn't anything like that. It was just more so along the lines that I guess he just lost.
Yeah, right. I'm here to make sure you get a fair trial, bro. You did it.
Yeah.
And I think that's what Uncle Phil was getting at. Like, he knew he was guilty. There was no way to swing it like, oh, well, the evidence. No. I think he got the client attorney privilege thing going on. He probably know all of what actually happened. Yeah. And that's why he don't mess with Bull. Mm-hmm. That I could understand. But it was just like everybody else. I guess this is kind of a trauma response for all of us, because no, it's not normal for folks to go to jail. So we shouldn't just be like, it's whatever.
It's Philly though, like Philly boys go to jail all the time. Like,
seriously, but that
is a sad reality we live in though. It should really be treated more serious than it is. Black folk got it so bad. Like, what we doing, man?
We need to do better. But I still personally just like the way y'all was selling it. It was like it was something, a much bigger scandal or something. Yeah. Which I guess it's a bigger scandal than the original sitcom, because he was just a trucker who really did just bounce. Yes. Yeah. This time, I mean, he couldn't come outside if he wanted to. So
yeah. Now somebody left. Like I said, God, I wish I refreshed myself with them. So somebody left, and then there's this car that pulls up.
Will left.
Oh yeah, Will left.
Will pulled out.
Yeah.
And then Lou pulled in.
Yeah, it pulled in, and then he go knocks on the door, and then Uncle Phil's the door, and then so it's like, hey Lou. So now we're like, who's Lou, right? So
did not see this coming.
He walking in there, and in my mind, I don't even remind you, I put it in the context. This is right after Will slapped the shit out of Chris Rock, okay?
Y'all, we gonna stop saying he slapped the shit out of Chris Rock, but okay.
No.
I'm sorry. He slapped him. He slapped the taste out of his mouth. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
He's having trouble talking. I was like, look, it's okay.
He was stunned. Go ahead.
No, you can't say your piece to us to go ahead. You act like Will Smith got no big ass hands.
No, listen.
Chris Rock says, I got slapped by Muhammad Ali.
All right, bro. Just go ahead, man. Go.
So, I'm thinking, I'm still holding on, see, because Q-Flow put this in my mind, and he probably shouldn't have, but I just kept rocking with it. I was like, yo.
What I do?
Because he was looking at someone online and saying, yo, what if Luke is played by Will Smith?
That would be lit.
And I'm like,
I didn't see that online. That was just a theory I had.
Whatever the case may be, as I've been giving him theory about wrestling, I'm like, I want this to be true. Like I was working myself into a shoot. Okay, I was really trying for this to go on. As soon as he walked out, I said, "That ain't Will."
I knew who it was.
She knew who it was
from the back of his head.
I said,
I did not.
I said, "That's Marlon Wayans." He was like, "No, it's not." And he turned around. Who was it? Marlon
Wayans.
I was like, "That is not Lou."
Yo, I legit paused. It was like the Wayans brothers here.
I have a hate-love relationship with the Wayans brothers, okay? And I started with the hate.
This is my thing. Folks is like, oh, I'm glad he finally getting his flowers for acting because of all of the Wayans. I think of the Wayans, he is the best dramatic actor that there is.
He had like 3 dramatic.
I would say, because who else you want? What other examples you giving? Keenan Ivory Wayans and I'm gonna get you, sucker. And Damon can't find a serious role to save his life.
Damon has some serious
that
roles
he actually does great.
I mean, he does some comment in all his stuff, but Damon has had some more tamer roles.
Tamer, yeah.
More money.
You know, that's not a dramatic role.
No, it's not dramatic. I mean, but it ain't Major Pain a Blank Man.
It's not.
Okay.
First of all, Blank Man is lit. I don't care what you say.
Stop it. Like,
we can go ahead and have this argument right here, right now.
Just say, yo,
Blank Man was it. Okay.
Q-Flow just said.
Q-Flow
just said that yo, black people need some help, man.
Bro, because I watched Blank Man all the time as a kid.
I couldn't stand Blank Man. I'm like, Meteor Man, sure. Blank Man, no, I could not. Because here's the I am not a fan. Y'all can hear me out here right now. I'm not a fan of the Wayans brothers. I'm not.
I know.
Do I love In Living Color? Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Do I like some of the projects they was in? Like, do I like some of the Damon Wayans movies that where he's not being either gay or handicapped or nerdy? Sure. So that just because about 40 of them right there. It's like Kim Wayans irks me. Okay.
I could see that.
Kim Wayans gets on my nerve. That's why everybody was like, hey, I love when she came in the house. I'm like, I'd rather deal with Debbie Allen than deal with Kim Wayans. That's just me. And then you have Sean and Marlon. And here's the way I looked at it. Sean was always cool until Marlon came around. Okay? And then Sean started acting stupid. And then the Wayans brothers came out. The Wayans brothers is probably one of the least black TV sitcoms that I do not care about.
It's our kids. That's like our kids, bro. Like, separately, fine. Together, though?
Yeah, no.
Thank you.
And every time I watched it, I was just like, God, he's so damn stupid. And I'm just like...
He was annoying on the Wayans brothers.
Well, you know what? I can't even say a bunch of stupid. Just annoying. And he does that... He's forcing me to laugh by trying to do the most weirdest faces, to yell the loudest, and then I was just like, Marlon, that's not funny to me. And like I said, and then when these trolls on white chicks, I was just like, I was never a fan of this parent. But when Sean's by himself, it seems okay. Then Marlon comes around, and I'm just like, every movie, every time, I was never into the Wayans brothers like that. So
basically you liked him when he was SW1 and that's it.
Yes. And then when he wanted to go on Living Color, and then all of a sudden they wanted to bring Marlon, and all of a sudden he go Twist. I was like, I'm good. But I was like, I like when he was SW1. I liked it when he was there. And there's even in certain movies. Look at the scenes of the movies that they're in together.
I'm not.
And every time Marlon come around, I'm just like, the dynamic instantly switches.
I'm gonna steer you back around the corner.
Okay, please do.
Listen, I agree. I'm not the big. Like, whenever they do those little challenges, like one of these sitcoms gotta go. If the Wayans brothers is on there, that's
always
the one
gotta
go.
Sorry. Minus the intro.
I like
Other than
Pops.
that, yeah.
I love John Witherspoon, but it can
watch
go.
him Friday. I can watch him Friday.
I personally, Boomerang is a favorite for me. His character Boomerang, hilarious to me. But either way, I get what you're saying, but I do think that Marlon Wayans is an alright actor. Do I think that I would have wanted him in this role? No. I'm not saying he did a bad job.
I was about to say, I think he killed it.
Yeah, he didn't do a bad job. Especially considering it's Marlon Wayans. The first thing you think of with him is like that slapstick physical comedy.
Yeah.
And I think as of late, I think he's been trying to like work his way away from that. But I think he did a good job here. It just honestly wasn't who I was expecting. And it wasn't even that I was expecting Will Smith. I just was not expecting Marlon Wayans.
I'm sorry. I worked myself into a shoot. I was just like...
You was waiting for Will.
I was waiting for Big Will. I'm a huge fan of Will Smith, still am. And I was just like... Because everybody was making jokes like, oh, they had Herbert rewrite Bel-Air because after what happened on Sunday. And I was just like, look, I just know how Philly this show has been. And how many things they've added from the old series. Like, they've done a good job, one, with casting, and then adding a fresh element, no pun intended, to this show, but also adding a lot of the old stuff in there.
You know what's crazy? That I didn't even realize until I was on TikTok. The light skin and Viv, no, not when she painted Uncle Phil, but light skin and they were named after the other two sisters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did not even peep that until I was on TikTok, and I'm like, holy, yo.
I'm saying, they add on that. I was like, wouldn't it be crazy to cap it all to the acting chops Will had to show off to James Avery in that scene of him going there and being Lou. I'm not saying Marlon Wayans did a bad job, but I was like, but just take the Will Smith acting and put it in that scenario with the crying eyes, with the yelling. And he looked like him.
He do look like him,
yeah.
But I think that's the only thing he has going for him in this case. If you look at back in the day, dude, his name is escaping me.
Lou.
Yeah, I know you're talking about
I know
Lou,
you're talking about
the actor.
He's just on New York Undercover.
Yes.
You know, the smiling villain.
Is that Ben Vereen?
I don't know. I don't know.
I want to say his name is Ben Vereen.
He's a character actor.
He's not a character actor, but I'm sorry.
He's been in a lot of exploitation stuff.
It was Ben Vereen.
If I say Ben Vereen is not a character actor, that's why I was just like, respect this man. So yeah, he had the scruff look, like because he was a truck driver, right? Marlon Wayans looked like he might have been in somebody's jail. Will Smith it's nothing you can do to Will Smith to make him roll up in that house to look like he been in somebody's jail for 13 years. I'm not buying it. I'm sorry. He's just too polished now.
Have you not seen Hancock?
Still not. I don't know. I honestly.
You don't think he actually from Philly?
He don't sound like he's from Philly anymore. We're not gonna pretend like that's why we
And we're gonna sound like Marlon Wayans did?
No.
What's the
But see, we gotta kind of slow down with that though, because I mean, I wouldn't expect Marlon Wayans playing a Philly dude to say, Drawn and Joe and all that.
Yeah, no. I mean, that's not even they era.
Yeah.
Like, they say John and all of that, but that's not their era. But I'm saying, I'm talking about Kid will pull it off because he can act, sure. But I think it looks more believable to have somebody who look like they coming up to you hat in hand. Like Marlon Wayans. Marlon Wayans looked beat up in that.
He did.
Like he lived.
He was on my man's on his last leg.
So I was like, okay, cool.
How the heck you even get to California?
He said his passport, his plane ticket.
Oh, that's right. I forgot.
Yes, yeah. So he came in there. And Viv was like, "Look, you need to be the father of the year to Will, because if you don't, I will toss your black ass out my house myself." All right, they had the camera right up on her.
I like that she tried to reel him in, but I had a feeling that he was
just going to bug out. Yeah,
fitting to come in and wild out, because the one thing that they did drop kernels of throughout the show was that he was unstable, he was volatile, he was unpredictable. Like that's when they was talking about it at first, and I was like, his mom is clearly lying. But I think that there are some kernels of truth in there about the kind of person he is. And all of the adults in the show was just like, he can be a bit unpredictable. He can be X, Y, and Z. So I think that part was done well. If they had just played up that they didn't know how he was going to react to Will, and they did, so that's why they didn't want to tell him. If it had just been that, I think that would have been better. Mm-hmm. Because he really was volatile. Because who the hell comes in after? I don't care what's happened, right? None of this is your son's fault. Mm-hmm. Which is the problem, where it's like when you don't address the real root of the issue, because then it starts to come out onto the kids and whatever else from this person. Yeah. He don't have nothing to do with this. You're not finna come in this house and you haven't seen me in 13 years and just start wilding on my mom.
That's a fact.
I was just like, but normally, because I know people just like, they be cussing in the house with the adults. He had every right to cuss him the fuck out, bro.
That's a fact.
Only thing that I was like, I wanted him to do, I really wanted him to lean in real hard and be like, pussy. Or dickhead. Rumble me, dick. I really wanted him to do that so bad. If you're from Philly,
you gotta
know why. I was just waiting. After that argument, I was like, he gotta do it.
He got
either that or he gotta storm out, and what we do gotta start playing. Like, something gotta happen.
Nah, you gotta play like
what we do already.
We got Meek Mill at the end.
You gotta play some Beanie, like
yes.
So before he had that encounter, he tries to go says that that I'm gonna change me. I've never seen him before. It's the perfect time for me to meet my son. It feels like, you know, everything like that. But it should be Will's choice. Will does find out about it, and then he goes to Aunt Viv and Uncle Phil, like, y'all talk about me. You know, I know you talk about me, and then he was like, you know, on the stoplight, he's getting kind of angry. But Vivian's like, look, if you want to meet your father, you have every right to do that. If you want to do that, we'll set something up, and we'll do that. He comes back to the house, and they set up a meeting that he wants to do it alone. At first, he's like, I don't know what I'm saying, but they do it alone. So at first, they talking like they trying to, you know.
Yeah, they was busting it up.
Busting up a little bit.
Talking.
And I was like, yo, I don't want him to be no good. Because I thought they was going to like switch and make him actually a good guy.
He's going to want to leave with him or something. Like
Yeah.
Last time.
Exactly. I was like, no, I don't want that for him. Okay, I still want him to be a bad guy because I still want to not like Marlon Wayans. You know what I'm saying? So I had to have these reasons and things like that. So that's what obviously they had an argument because he was really talking about, you know, his mom would call him stupid and all that stuff like that.
He was tripping.
He was violating.
And I was just like, bro, you can't be coming up in here. You know.
Exactly.
Talk about my mom was
You're
like
not
that.
finna come in here and draw my mom. Like, you just, no, bruh.
Yeah.
You beat that man up. Cause that's like what he said was like, bruh, did she beat that man almost to death? It was on cause she wanted to be like this. Ain't nothing, you robbing that old man is not finna get y'all a Bel-Air mansion. Okay?
Yeah.
Right.
Now let's dead that conversation here.
You know what I'm saying? You probably get you Long John Silver's.
Stop, yo, don't.
But it can't get you nowhere else.
Just don't do that.
You know.
But yeah, I don't I mean, like it was really like hairpin trigger of a temper.
Yeah.
It flipped like that. Like he didn't even say nothing really wild. Like he didn't say it to him really wild or nothing, but he lost his shit on him. And like I said, rightfully cussed him out.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. It just felt the one thing that we didn't get to because Will got so mad. I want to know, did he come here for something? Because why would you all of a sudden
be out of jail for 3 years and now just come?
Because yes, he said, oh well, Jeffrey came to my door and was talking about my son was looking for me. Why would you care now? Did you look your son up and see that he was getting some notoriety because he was a ball player and you decided now was the time to try and ride the coattails kind of deal? Or what? Or did you really genuinely want to meet? Because the way he reacted to him when they were having a conversation, like at the end of the conversation, doesn't necessarily say to me that he genuinely wanted to just build a relationship with him. Because you had to know he was going to ask what happened between you and his mama.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. So that, I don't know if, there's a couple things that we probably won't get to deal with until next season. But I was just like, bro, I want to know why Lou decided he was going to come out here in the first place. And I want to see Lisa's daddy get his comeuppance.
I don't know if he's even a big thing anymore.
I want to see him get his comeuppance.
I mean, I agree with you saying, but I don't think that I really think this is a side quest. You know what I'm saying?
Not side quest. I feel like, I don't know if it's not gonna be like a main plot or anything, but I feel like we'll get some more of him, especially with this whole we looking for Will thing, because you know it's gonna be she going back in the house, she gonna come back out, she gonna leave and be like, I'm going to look for Will, and he gonna be mad. It's gonna be a whole thing. Because, I mean, shit, Carlton is on their doorstep right now. Having a whole breakdown.
Well, yeah, okay, yeah. So, now, as all this is happening, it's like, whoa, okay, a lot of shit happens. Lisa goes to the coffee shop.
At the coffee shop waiting for him.
Yeah. And it's just like, okay, well, Will didn't show up. And I was just like, Lisa, baby, come on now. You know, Will admitted that he loved you and made you breathless. Okay, so you got to give her the benefit of the doubt. But no, she at the coffee shop, all upset. So now Will, after having an altercation with his dad, is like, look, I can't be here no more. Everybody's lying to me and all stuff like that. I can't be here no more. We don't even know where Will's going. He's just packing up his shit and going. And he's walking down the steps, and the whole family's sitting there. And he's like, "Yo, Will, don't go. What are you going for?" And he said, "I can't be here. I can't be here." And and he was just like, Carlton goes up to him and like hugs him, but slips him some money.
Bruh, he slipped him some money.
Some money?
He slipped him a rent payment.
A couple dollars. Yeah.
I said, what was we just talking about earlier? The walk around money? I said, that's your walk around money?
On a clip? I said,
we need to reevaluate our life. My man's walking around with a stack in his pocket. Like, this is just, what I peel off when we go into the ice cream shop or something. What the hell?
Right.
Anyway, but yes, he did slip him some money.
That's survival money right there.
Bruh. I mean, out there in LA, that might not get you much of nothing. But still, it's a lot of money. Just be slipping in somebody's pocket and he acting like he ain't feel it. I know he felt that.
Well, he felt that. So that he goes, and like I said, we don't really know where Will's at. It comes to Carlton now, goes up to Lisa's place, banging on the door. He was just like, "Lisa, listen, Will has run away." She said, "Right, ran away." She said, "Do you understand? Will's father came today." She was just like, "Oh my god." Like she was all taken aback.
Yo, I want to say, Lisa kind of, I don't know, man. She been overreacting. Bruh.
Say it true. She got on your nerves this episode. It's all right.
Bruh shot a gun in the air. She acting like he was born with some bloods or something. Like, yo, bro.
I think it's the same thing with Will, because people could very well be like, well, what's he mad about? They just wanted to protect you and blah blah blah. He mad because they lied to him, and she's mad because
no. But see,
he was a side.
Will. Listen, I'm giving him a pass because bruh just ran a fade with his pops that he was not trying to do. All right, so I'm giving him a pass.
Oh no,
Lisa's over here. There was a gun involved. Yeah, he shot it in the air because my man's was getting jumped. That's it.
But But that's the thing. He didn't even tell her all of that. He just said he shot a gun in the air to break up a fight. But
go ahead.
That wasn't a lie, though.
No, I'm saying I think what we forget a lot of times, and we got to take into context, is that these are 16 and 17-year-olds.
That was inside her.
This is not This is not something that they see every day. But that's what I was trying to get to.
Oh yeah,
it's something she don't see every day.
This is the thing. I think that she was more upset because it looks bad as a woman. I don't know if she had ever been with anybody else, but imagine if she was a virgin and she about to lay down for the first time with Will, and she asked him to be completely honest with her about why he was here, and he was just like, I want you to be vulnerable with me and we gonna tell each other the truth and blah blah blah. And then she says, well, why are you really here? And he says, oh, I'm just here to get a better education. And then they're like, oh, well, let's be together. And then they have sex. It looks like he didn't tell her the truth so he could finesse her out of her draws.
Yeah. That's one way of looking at it, yeah.
Yes. I'm just giving you different perspectives. Because we all know watching the show, bro, he could not have told her that because her dad is the chief of police, and Uncle Phil did something very illegal to get him out of jail. So no, he couldn't really have told her the truth. But it's just like, knowing that, it's like, I could understand why she would be upset because he lied to her. But in her case, girl, you gotta know I was not finna tell you. So, I mean, if you had gave it, because it seems like this all happened, like, within a matter of days of each other. So, if it had been, like, a couple weeks, and they maybe had a chance to sit there, like, they actually sat down at the coffee shop and talked.
Yeah.
Maybe she'd have been like, I understand why you didn't tell me. I'm still not happy that you lied to me or whatever. I don't know if we can really, like, be together anymore because of just the context of everything. And maybe they could have, like, talked through it, but just off on the surface of it, I'd probably be pissed too. And honestly, I understand why Will was pissed because they lied to him. It may not seem like a big deal, like they was making it to be, but it's like, y'all lied to me for 13 years and just was like, dude walked out and that was that.
Yeah. Well, like I said, when you're that age, like I know when I was that age, when you hear stuff like that, you just the first thing that comes to you is so much anger.
And you're just hyper emotional. You don't know how to direct your feelings, so it all comes out as anger or rage.
Yeah, because he just lied to Lisa. So I'm just saying, so everybody lies. Okay, I'm saying it happens, and sometimes people just jump on their pedestal to to act like they don't do anything when it's supposed to be hurt to them, but it doesn't go like that all the time. So unfortunately, that's the problem. Well, when he goes there, Carlos is clearly upset because he's like, "Look, Will's been there for me and everything, and he's really lost, and I'm really concerned." And we got to find out he's starting to get a little anxiety attack, and then him and Lisa are hugging on her porch. Me personally, if it had ended there,
that would have felt like season finale.
There it is. But they wanted to do the Will and Jazz thing for the ending, which I'm not mad at it, but I'm like, me personally, that's not the ending I would have picked. If it was a season finale. Okay, go ahead.
No, go ahead. You finish what you were saying.
Because to me personally, that to me is the beginning of season 2, when Jazz walks up to Will and he's just like, trying to let him know what you have here in LA, opposed to what you're looking for, what you're trying to run from, and things like that. And we could have still had the Will and Jazz moment, but the way that just ended of Carlton and then Lisa hugging and not knowing where Will's at, and when it ends like that, you really don't have an understanding, like, where is Will? Does Lou know? How are they going to figure this thing out? He gave him money. Is he going to go back to Philly? Is he not going to go back to Philly, find somewhere in LA? Like, what's going to happen?
I feel like even if, because he was on the edge of like a cliff, right?
Yeah.
Even if they had just showed Will and had like Jazz's car pull up behind him and we didn't see who it was that pulled up behind him, that could have been where you cut the episode.
That too.
I don't think we needed the Will and Jazz interaction at the end, because that more so feels like we going into next week's episode. Not like, okay, we gotta wait a whole year to find out what happens. Now, yes, it still ended up with a cliffhanger. Like, what are you going to do from here?
You know what though?
Go ahead.
I think too, I wouldn't have used Dreams and Nightmares to close the song out. I mean, to close the show out.
Episode out.
Yeah. For the finale, I wouldn't have used Dreams and Nightmares. I would have used Feel It in the Air.
Oh, by Beanie Siegel?
Yeah.
I believe it. I like this song a little bit.
I can understand that.
That's a closing. Like, my man just went through it. Like, that's how you close it. I don't know. I wouldn't, because Dreams and Nightmares is like, all right, we about to get ready. It's our time to shine. Like, man.
I mean, I kind of think that's what
my man just ran away from. He ran a fade with his pops. Ran away from home. Y'all want me to feel motivated? I can't trust nobody. That's what Feeling in the Air was about.
But the one thing that because we from here,
and
this is stuff that we grew up with. Meek is more in touch with this generation that they're portraying on the show.
The Beanie Siegel.
Yes. I guarantee you, outside of this area here, most of the people who are the age of the people on this show do not know who Beanie Siegel is.
That's a fair statement.
They still play State
y'all could have still
they still play what everybody know what we do.
But I say everybody knows what we do. But also Freeway was in the show. So how do you not play what we do? I still think they could have picked a different Meek song.
Y'all know how I feel. I will keep my comments to myself.
He don't care. But still, I mean, I do get what you're saying. I guess it's kind of like putting it out there that, he got to figure out what he going to do. Is he going to stay here and live it up, or is he going to go back to Philly and essentially start all over again, kind of thing?
I do believe because Jazz has always been the character in the show that has talked sense to him.
Even when he was the goofy character.
Exactly. So there's no doubt in my mind now that he's just going to show back up at the house. That's why I said if it just ended with them, upset that they don't know where he's at, we as the audience is like, we don't understand. We don't know the next decision, and we had to wait. We had to sit on that for a year. But now after seeing that ending, I'm just like, it's a quite possibility that he goes back to Philly. to go see his mom real quick, or he just goes back home and like I overreacted, or something like that.
Also, let's talk about this little plot that we had on the side here. Why don't y'all know how to run nothing in your house? I understand you have a house manager, but what happens if Jeffrey all of a sudden die? Like, he just not returning y'all calls right now. But what happens if he had just fell over dead? You mean to tell me it's your car that you paid for and you don't know how to get the tracking for it? And y'all don't know how to order Instacart and get groceries? And like, I'm confused.
Why are you confused by that? They're rich. Why are you confused by that?
I'm not confused like, oh, I can't, I don't see why you, but I'm just saying, y'all should know better.
A lot of people who should know better say, but when they bougie and they rich, and when you never had to do something, and then all of a sudden you're forced to do it, there's a level of ignorance there because you were never forced to do it. And especially at that age, you're not going to sit there and think that I will ever have to do it.
That's facts, but and also I'm wondering if we're going to see like more of the fallout from him firing Jeffrey and not telling nobody. Like,
yeah, because he got now everybody is really reacting off emotion here because Vivian went off and was Reed Broderick to
that was too much. All right,
was it to come on this tour with her or this thing and to kind of
to go find she wants to work with him in highlighting like younger artists because younger artists typically get this fellowship that she got.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just like, bruh, you could definitely do that without the green-eyed marriage-breaking bandit over here.
Yep. Exactly what he is.
You did not need Michael Ealy to do that. So she's being emotional and all upset and everything, and
the kids all mad at him because he fired
Jeffrey and didn't say nothing, and Carlton about to have a anxiety attack. Ashley just trying to milk her 3 minutes in this show.
And Hillary's about to work with Homegirl, right?
Yeah, well, that wasn't
to go by Kylo's house.
That wasn't I don't think that was that wasn't part of the Jeffrey thing. She was just trying to. We skipped that part. She met up with Carucci at church, who kind of side-eyed her.
It's so crazy because I was just watching Carucci on Claws, and now she all gussied up.
Not gussied. Not gussied up. I mean, honestly, I'm just happy to see her somewhere now because I remember when it was she was just a cliff note as like Chris Brown's girlfriend, and now she didn't broke out of that and went off on her own.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, she met up with her at church and then was saying that they should do a partnership. And I wasn't really sure how she received that. Like, I didn't know she was being sarcastic, like, oh, you want me to buy the house just so I can buy you out your contract kind of thing. Or if she really was just like, this is actually a good idea. Cause dude,
it felt sarcastic to me, but I guess we'll see.
It felt sarcastic when she first answered it, but then she was like, well, let's talk about it. Because honestly, it might be a better... First of all, how much money is Sis making from being an influencer? Let's talk about that.
Enough.
A lot.
Enough, yeah.
But Bull is a dickhead, so if y'all can buy him out of his house, I think that's a good idea. Because Jazz been trying to put in her head, like, you need to do more than just make food and post it on Instagram. You can do more than that.
Yeah.
So... I don't know. I just I'm wondering if Jeffrey's gonna come back.
Yeah.
Jeffrey coming back.
He probably gonna pull behind Will just so get in the car.
not pulling up behind Will.
Yeah, so he's got like a regular sweatsuit on and just go right, just pull in the car and they talk to Uncle Phil fired you now. I'm real mad now. Then you're like, say it's such your uncle's fault. Say, and that's what's gonna happen. That's gonna happen. Say him and Lou probably get in a fight tomorrow soon.
I'm wondering, and that's another thing. Where did Lou go? Did Lou leave? Is he just waiting to come back and do something reckless? Because he is kind of all over the place.
Mm-hmm. Prime has just entered the chat. What is going on, Prime?
I missed the whole day.
We are talking about Bel-Air.
So that's the end of Bel-Air. No,
You should have just left it.
But you know what I'm saying? But just like their season finale, they didn't leave it ended. Well, I guess we not leaving it neither. You know, so we talk about that. While you're on here, so I'm saying before we do get out, finish up the review because it's almost over. How did you feel about that season finale? We didn't touch all the bases. So just real quick, we talked about that. We talked about the reveal of Lou and the argument that they had and how they went off and stuff like that. So can we get your 2 cents?
No, I'm just say I liked it. I want to see where it goes. I don't know if they're gonna try to say Will get an apartment by himself, or is this where they give Will the pool house just so he can have more space, maybe, or whatever the case is after that. I feel like we should have solved Hillary's situation instead of just talking about it.
Yeah.
Because the girl can still back out. I feel like she's still gonna back out. I don't know why. Let's see. Hillary and Jazz, I feel like they should keep going.
Do
I don't think.
Okay.
I have a question. Season 2.
Okay.
Do Trevor pull up?
Trevor.
Oh, Hillary's.
Hillary's.
No, I don't think. I don't think so.
You don't think she runs into
I think she runs into
another influencer who could, who's not really going. I don't know. Like he got secret mode. Like sure, like not like Kylo, but it's like, at face value he's a great guy, but he's really trying to take her from Jazz.
I think that it'll be because Trevor's whole deal was he wasn't like rich like them or anything, but he was kind of like polished.
He had money though. Yeah, he had money though. Anchorman.
I could definitely see that.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what'll happen because they have been dropping little seeds where like Jazz is trying to like. I think he's really trying to get her know her like on a deeper level, and she is just still rich girl from Beverly Hills, not Beverly Hills, sorry, Bel-Air.
She's bougie.
She's a bougie. So she could meet somebody who matches her bougie.
Mm-hmm.
And gives him a run for his money.
Then we get the float on Mary scene.
Float on. No.
All right, Brian. No. You can go ahead and finish because there was just a question yet.
No, that was it pretty much. I just want to see where they go with Hillary and where they go with Will. I'm pretty sure everybody gonna get mad at Phil. Like they already mad at him, but I'm pretty sure like it's gonna boil over to where he got to go get Jeffrey back, like that episode. The episode where Will and Carter go get him back. I think it's gonna be Phil this time. Or
Dad, I want to grow.
Or it can be Will that goes, since Will is technically by himself at the moment. Maybe Will somehow bumps into Jeffrey when he's in wherever he's at, and Jeffrey's like, "What are you doing out here?" He's like, "Oh, I ran away." And then Jeffrey's gonna be like, "Oh, well, I gotta come back because you can't do it." I don't know, something like that. I feel like might happen.
It's
kind of like the way Jazz did. I feel like kind of like the way Jazz did, but like I feel like he'll leave Jazz and be like, "I want to do something on my own," and then I guess while he's thinking about it, bumps into Jeffrey, and then Jeffrey convinces him to go back. Something like that, I think.
Now, of course, we talked about the elephant in the room. We gave our opinions. Your opinions on Marlon Wayans as Lou.
I didn't mind it. I liked it, especially when they was arguing with each other. I was like, it's believable. So I don't. Obviously, we know he's a comedian, so everybody's in that mindset. But I didn't mind. I didn't care. I was like, yeah, okay, he's not marling it up, and that's all I can ask for.
That's fair. But
because if you would have marled it up, I would have to get the whole show like a D. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm about to say. Well, first of all, if he had marled it up, you wouldn't have been the first one to say something about it. Because I would have been like, "Let me air this nigga." Ooh, excuse me. Let me understand right now.
Slipped the N-bomb in there.
I know.
He went on a whole rant about how he don't like Dwayne's. So
again?
Not again.
Look, I worked myself. I blame slightly. I blame Q 10% because I worked myself into a shoot, brother. Okay, I did that. And I was like, I was expecting Big Will, Drew Hill, but I didn't get that.
Come on, man.
I didn't get that, so I was like, but Marlon was cool. He did what he had to do. He's Lou, so there it is.
Yeah, Marlon was cool. I thought he was gonna step into Marlon, but right when he was talking about going to Allen Iverson.
Yeah.
But he didn't, which I'm so glad, because if he would have slipped into Marlon mode a little bit, I would have not liked it at all.
He got to go. Them chaps got to go. But yeah, so now since it's over, what do we rate Bel-Air as a season overall? I'll start with you, Fresh and Flow from Philly, the one who was the big Fresh Prince fan over here.
Yes, sir. Are we doing like thumbs up, thumbs down, or are we doing?
However you want to do it.
I'm gonna give it a damn near perfect. I just feel like they could have, gave my girl Ashley a little more time. They could have fleshed out the Lou thing a little better. Just cause the way they oversold it badly. And it's just like, bruh, he was a prisoner. So what? I don't know. We from out here. That ain't really shocking. So,
yeah, but he is like 17, so he's gonna think it's the biggest thing in the world.
That's what I brought up.
Yeah, bruh, when West Philly, people go to jail, man. I'm sorry. The way they was making it like Vi and his real mama or something.
I know that would be crazy.
They was gassing it.
They were a little gassing.
Yeah, but besides that, I enjoyed the show from episode 1 to the last episode. So,
how about you, Lace? Yes.
I'll give it an A-, mainly for the same reasons that he said. Y'all was playing my girl Ashley. The overselling the loot thing. Just I want to see some of the loose ends that we have here tied up in season 2. So of course I'm waiting to see it, but I think it was a really great spin on, because I don't think you have to have a really strong team of writers and actors to pull off something like converting a sitcom into a drama.
I agree with you.
And I think they did that well.
I agree. Prime, if he's still there.
I checked out ones. Okay.
I will say that I'll give it an A- too, because this show, it made me look forward to watching it every week, and that's like a big thing, because some shows I don't be caring about after the first few episodes. Mm-hmm. But I liked it. I don't really watch dramas like that, so for this to be drama, not overly Tyler Perry, I like that. I like that. I'm waiting on season 2. I want to see what they do. I like it. I hope in the future we get more of the old cast doing older cameos as other characters.
Yeah, so I wasn't getting to complete Nerdgasm. I was, and I was like, there's some things I was like, first of all, Will showed up at the end as Nerdgasm. It doesn't matter to me. I was like, if he was Lil, that'd be crazy. But,
and even if he don't show up, I'm pretty sure it'll still be an A overall series.
Oh no, I didn't say it was. I said it's a damn near perfect too. I do want to see more Ashley in season 2. And,
everybody, I keep telling everybody, if y'all go back and watch the first season of Fresh Prince, Ashley is not in it that much. It's just that the scenes that she's in. It's just that the scenes that she's in are memorable scenes rather than, this Ashley. I think that's the only reason.
I agree that she wasn't in it that much in the first season of the sitcom. However, it just felt like, because her character didn't get a whole lot of screen time, it felt like y'all was just giving her a storyline for the sake of her having something, and it didn't really get any play. Like, it was forced in there. I wanted to hesitate saying forced, because I know folks will run with that and be like, see, because the gay. No. I'm saying it like y'all felt like they had to give her something, so it was like, let's give her this so she get a little bit of time in here, because we really don't have nothing else to do with her.
I feel like more in the seasons should be more evolved, because I feel like she just had a little kid syndrome. Like, every time there's a show, there's a little kid, they always send a little kid to the room where they'll do something to distract them from the problems that's going on. But then, if you notice, she was at the end of the episode, she was like, yeah, Dad, we know what's going on. So I feel like she's gonna be more involved in those family issues because she's now more aware of like stuff that's happening rather than them just keeping it away from her. She did have that talk. She did have that talk with her mom. She was like, "Y'all be keeping stuff from me," and she was like, "No, we don't." She was like, "Yes, y'all do." So, maybe she'll be more involved with stuff like that.
She was definitely doing a Penny and Walona from Good Times. She was just like, "Mom, I know what sex is."
Yeah. All right, guys. So that was our review of Bel-Air season finale. It's been great. So now we need to catch up with some other TV shows. So make sure you guys post any comments down below. How do you guys enjoy Bel-Air? Hit the like button if you guys enjoyed our review. Hit the subscribe button for more TV experiences right here on NC Studios. So once again, this is NC and Place with Joe, Mr. A&D. Not Deion says the prime time.
All right, y'all.
The man with the reality revolutionary freshman flow.
Alright, y'all. It's been a blast.
And the great sketch day sketch.
I'm not even messing with y'all today.
We ain't say it.
They don't know.
Have we been too real for you today?
Podcast stuff. We doing a video.
Oh, it's a video?
I'm on here.
It's been real before they can sneak in there.
Just you should keep with your morals. And once again, so all right, everybody. We'll see you on the next channel.